What's up, family? It's the Sci-Fi Sisters here live with you tonight. How y'all doing? Hey, fam, we see you out there in the chat. Here we're here with a really special guest tonight.
Yeah.
I'm super stoked, and if you're from the DMV, you've seen this brother on TV quite a few times. He is the movie man, and we are so happy he's here with us. We're here to talk about the Light Reel Film Festival and calling all for all script writers. And I'm gonna let Subrina do the honors.
Hey, thank you, thank you, thank you. And we do have a special show tonight. I am so excited to have this gentleman here. He is the executive director of the Foundation for the Advancement of African American Film. He is the president of the Washington Area Film Critics Association. He's just elected to the board of the Film Festival Alliance, which is a big thing. He's the host of Keeping It Real with the Film Gordon podcast, and he's the creator of the Black Reel Award. But I know him from the Oscar parties. I know him as the executive director of the Light Reel Film Festival, and that's what we're here to talk about tonight because I have joined him with a few things that I'd like to talk to you about. So, Tim, thank you for being here tonight. I am so excited.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
Yay!
Thank you for having me. I got to figure out, I'm just doing too much, man. I mean, that whole intro, I'm doing way too much, man. Wow. That's 30 years, y'all. That's a lot of stuff, man. But you know what the common denominator in all that stuff is? Film. It's all film.
I was
So,
gonna say black.
well, that too. That too. Black film.
Black films. That's what we are here to talk about tonight. So, Tim, I am your new programmer for the Light Reel Film Festival Screenwriting Contest. And we are here tonight to talk about submissions to this film writing contest and submissions to the film festival. So, folks, I want you to mark these dates: June 6th through 9th, 2024, for the 6th annual Light Reel Film Festival. And Tim, tell us what people are going to expect at the film festival. What can they expect?
Oh my God. It's funny you would ask that question because I've been on the road talking to networks. So pretty much what our film festival is, it's a 4-day celebration of independent film. But what I've always been mindful of, not just because I've attended film festivals for like over 25 years, I've always been mindful that we have that film festivals are pretty much about the filmmakers, the independent filmmakers, right? Because you don't have a festival if you don't have films. Mm-hmm. But secondly, I've always tried to create an experience, what I call the passive attendee, right? Mm-hmm. So if you come to our film festival and let's say you like films, but you know there's a festival going on. So we're going to have social events that are happening. We have the screenwriting competition that we're introducing this year. We also have immersive or 360 or VR films that we're doing. We also have what I call a gala package where we have our opening, closing, anniversary, secret film, as well as spotlight films. And a lot of those films will be from major studios, which we featured at our festival all the first 4 years. And we're going to expand on it this year, hopefully with relationships with companies like Amazon, Netflix, Hulu, and other streaming platforms to make sure that we have that sort of content. So I'm really excited, not just because it's in DC, but it's the where in DC that we are, which is the Union Market District. And they have opened their arms up and welcomed us warmly. And we hope to activate several businesses that will be incorporated into the festival this year. So we're going to continue to grow, be much larger. I'm hoping for good weather in June, and everything will be walkable. So from the host hotel to all of the things that are happening in the Union Market District, I think it's going to be a 4-day experience. And actually our very first time back having an in-person festival since 2019, because we've been dealing with pandemics and moving the festival from its original location to Washington, D.C. So I am really, really hyped in order to welcome people back in droves in June. So that's my spiel, and we can take it from there.
You're a little bit.
We're calling this a
Yeah,
destination
I didn't
film
even plan it.
festival.
It just worked out that way.
Okay.
This is a destination film festival. We want people to know that we want them to travel to DC to come to this film festival. We want to feature DC filmmakers and DC screenwriters, and we actually are giving a discount for screenwriters that submit that are in the DC area. If they're from the district and you submit, you will get a discount for entering as a screenwriter and also as a filmmaker. We have there is the link right there under my name and on the scroll of how you can submit. So we are looking for narrative features, shorts, TV pilots, and documentaries. Okay, the screenwriting contest will include narrative features, shorts, and pilots. All right, so listen, if you are within the sound of my voice, I want you to tell all your friends that have told you they got a script somewhere to send them over here. This is a BIPOC festival. We are looking for diverse voices. I want to make that clear. And one of the things I want to be clear about in this is that screenwriting contests in general have a preponderance of majority writers. There are very few film festivals that have a screenwriting contest that focus on diverse voices. They may encourage diverse voices. There are a lot of them that do that. They may have some special attention to diverse voices, but this one is dedicated to BIPOC writers, and this makes it, pretty special. And I'm really proud to be a part of this. I really want to get, as you know, we have talked about screenwriting on the episodes, and we have talked to screenwriters, directors. This is a real thing of mine, and I'm so happy that Tim let me do this. Yay, Tim! Thanks for saying yes. I could do the screenwriting contest.
Now, the other thing I left out, and I want you, since I'm saying it here publicly for the first time, I've said this in our staff meeting that we had about a month ago. We're going to have the 3 finalists of our screenplay competition be read by industry professionals, right? I can't tell you who those industry professionals are. Subrina knows that they're going to probably be 3 people that we find who are already voting Academy members for the Black Reel Awards. So we're going to have people of substance literally reading these finalists. I don't know who they are, but over the next couple of months, it's just 3 phone calls we need to make. We will stick some names on there and go, got them. So it's not that difficult. But yeah, I'm really, really excited about this. And to Sabrina's point, the screenwriting competition and the VR or immersive films are things not really featured in a lot of film festivals. Excuse me, I got so excited I knocked my phone down. That we have both those elements in our festival. And last year we introduced 360 filmmaking, and we had an entire weekend in person where people came over with their headsets, and it was great. I mean, Subrina was there; she knows. And this year, I'm expecting a similar reaction to our screenwriting competition. And as I said, I have a feeling that we're building something in Washington, and that's no slight against any of the other film festivals, because I happen to know the leads of some of the major festivals and some other festivals in town. I just see film a different way. And by going to Sundance and Toronto and Tribeca and ABFF and all of these festivals, I think DC needs the type of festival that we are in the process of building. So it's no slight against anybody else. We are pro LightReel. We're not anti anybody else. I want to work with other film festivals. As Subrina said, now I'm on the board for the Film Festival Alliance, so I have no choice but to work and empower other film festivals. So that's what I'm all about, and I'm all about film and all of its focus. We're talking about film festivals tonight. We're in the middle right now of voting for the Black Reel Awards, and nominations will be out next week. We have festival passes going on sale before the end of the month. I'm going to Sundance in about 6 weeks, so we can start pulling films from there, pulling films from South by Southwest, and we're going to be off and running. And we've had a really robust submission process right now. So we're riding high. This is going to be a very, very interesting festival. And Yvette and Tamia, am I pronouncing that right? Is Tamia correctly? So we want you guys to be there.
Sorry. Yes, I thought I was unmuted. Am I unmuted now?
No,
Yes,
muted.
you are muted.
So we want you guys to be a part. So this is not just lip service. The festival, we want local filmmakers, we want local screenwriters, we want Washingtonians to understand that the LightReel Film Festival is your home, right? I know you can go to festivals around the DMV. We're in DC.
That's right.
I don't know how much.
I love it. Thank you.
Stronger I can say that. You are a DC filmmaker, screenwriter, professional. This is your festival. So
I love that. Thank you so much, first of all, for making a distinction about being in DC, because so many people claim that DC, that I'm from the DMV.
Uh-oh.
No, my favorite is when I go out of town and I meet people. And they say, I'm from DC. And I go, where you from? Oh, I'm in Bethesda.
Right.
No,
I'm in Arlington. I'm just over the bridge. I'm like, that's Virginia, though.
Now, no disrespect to people who live in Bethesda, because we will take your film or your screenplay if you live outside, but I'm talking directly to the folks who live within the 8 wards in Washington, D.C.
Here.
I'm talking to you, Ward 1.
Know who you are.
And 7 and 6 and 5. You know who you are.
8.
8.
Ward 8 in the house.
I lived in 5. I bought a house in 8. Oh, I'm not hating PG.
Brandon.
I literally just said I'm not hating on anybody.
That's it. PG is Ward 9. Y'all know PG is counting as Ward 9.
I knew that was going to happen. Wait a minute.
Ward 9. Ward 9, right?
Watch this. Literally the same message I will reiterate. We're not anti anybody. I want if you live in Prince George's, I'm not saying PG because I don't want people hide at me behind that. If you live in Moco, Hoco, Montgomery County, Howard County, I don't care where you live. We're taking your film. And
Here we go.
There goes Tanya.
Here we are.
County, they coming in hard. We love you, Prince George's County, aka Ward 9.
Here we go. Everybody say
Hoco. See what I'm saying? Hoco.
I don't even know what that is.
That's Howard County. I live in Hoco, so I'm good.
Y'all are killing me.
It's
it's like the Jersey people who always act like they're from New York,
right?
Oh, see, here we go again.
Same
river.
I'm born in the North. I'm from the brick. Do not tease us. Our Jersey people. We never pretend to be New York. We got our own thing.
What? Are you serious?
Watch this. Said Latifah, Faith Evans, Whitney Houston. I can go on and on with my Newark
You were a guest, so I'm not gonna get into this with you.
Bill Bellamy.
Go on back to them. What do y'all call them? Wards. Go back over. Yeah.
Wow.
Look at New York trying to get all spicy up in here.
On this show, I mean, listen out there to write something. Get on Yvette, please.
I think New York just felt a little left out right now. That's all right. They're not used to not being in the center. It's okay.
I'm confused. Y'all talking about y'all only film festival. I was like, that's so sad.
Ain't nobody say it's the only film festival. Like, ain't nobody say that it's the only film. You see her? She's trying to be spicy.
I got much love for DC. Much love for Chocolate City.
Wow. Was that some DC shade? Wow.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I'm Harlem descendant. We love ourselves some Chocolate City.
What's this? I'm with you, Harlem. You know, I'm not mad.
Hey, Tim, can we back up a little bit? And I want to, because y'all don't understand, like, this man is like, when I say he's the movie man, like, he's really the movie man. Like, he's no joke. I didn't realize exactly who we had on the show tonight until I saw him back there.
This is the bolt that we give out for the LightReel Film Festival. I mean, for the Black Reel Award. So this is our actual award that I have sitting here.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
So can you tell people a little bit about how your love of film got started and how you got on this journey to where you are?
Wow. How much time we got?
Okay.
It's our show.
All right. So the genesis.
We can do what we want.
No problem. All right. So the genesis of my love of film literally came from my father, right? My father was taking me to movies when I was just a kid. And I remember he worked for the Newark Star Ledger, and he would take me down to his job after hours to the archives. So that, you know, back in the day, for people, there might be some younger people here watching the show. There used to be this thing called the newspaper, right? And he would take me upstairs, and I was always, and I don't know why, but I was always a guy that loved history and loved film, right? So you combine all the stuff I'm doing today, it's clearly an offshoot of where I came from, right? So I would go up and read these old papers from like the early part of the 20th century. And then I remember one night he came home, and I might have been about 13. Yeah, back in the 1900s. Yes, thank you. And he brought home a production book from MGM, and this had to be in the mid 70s, but it had films mapped out through like 1985. And I remember being fascinated by that. I was like, wow, so they actually have films in production like 6-7 years out. And it planted a seed in my mind that I wanted to be in the film industry, but I never wanted to act. I never wanted to direct. I would love at some point to produce, right? Mm-hmm. But I wanted to be on the other side of the film industry. And I didn't know what my role would be, but I knew that I loved going to the movies and watching movies. So you fast forward to 1990, about 91. And I remember I saw two movies that literally changed the game for me. The first one was from Charles Burnett called To Sleep with Anger. And I saw The Five Heartbeats from Robert Townsend.
Yay!
I remember watching those films and then thinking, why somebody, and you'll see this as a recurring theme throughout my story, because it always was somebody, and then I happen to be the somebody. So I'm saying somebody needs to create a way to be a liaison between Hollywood and our community to get these stories out there. So I was working at a company, and, you know, show you how old I am dating myself. We had a newsletter program. So I created a newsletter in 1992 called the Renaissance Review. Now, the title came from the way I thought about film, and I thought about the history of film from like the early 1900s through the time period we were in. And I broke it down into three distinct periods, right? So think starting around 1920 when Oscar Micheaux emerges through 1949. The second Renaissance is the emergence of Sidney Poitier in 1950 up to 1985. And then when Spike Lee comes along in 1986, with She's Gotta Have It, that's the third Renaissance, and the Renaissance that we're living in now. So I had the Renaissance Review, a company called Third Renaissance, and we slowly but surely built about 25,000 folks who were subscribing to our newsletter. Wow. I got invited to do Howard University television. My dear friend Joya Jefferson, who literally reached out to me last night and was like, Tim, I'm gonna need to get you back on the show. So Joy and I have been rocking for over 30 years. And so she put me on Evening Exchange with Kojo Nnamdi.
Kojo Nnamdi, yes.
And then Bernie McCain, the late great Bernie McCain, said, Tim, I want you on my show on OL. So that was my first kind of radio gig. And then about a year or 6 months later, they called me up and said, you want to do your own radio show? I didn't know anything about radio, but I said, sure. And I did that show. That led me to becoming a full-fledged film critic in 1992. I was inspired several years later when the Oscars had a year, I think it was 1996, where it was the Hollywood blackout, where they had 166 nominees, and they were at one black nominee. It was the sister who directed Sweet Potato Ride. And I looked in the mirror again and said, man, somebody has got to do something to come up with an award show that black folk can be proud that comes from their own. And again, before y'all start screaming, what about the Image Awards? The Image Awards is doing film, television, literature, music. Right. I'm talking about a film exclusive show, right? So 3 years later, I launched the LightReel Awards. This year, we're going into our 24th year. The show this year is going to be broadcast on January the 16th at blackreelawards.com. There is a God, people. Keep pushing. I think a couple of years after that, we created the Washington, D.C., or the WAFCA, as we now refer to it, WAFCA, which stands for the Washington, D.C. Area Film Critics Association. I am the founding president and current president in year 21. I keep hearing rumors that people are like, we should have an open election. I said, have one. I'm good. I think I could run and still win 21 years later. But, so needless to say, that's been a part of my journey, starting the foundation in 2004, joining the CCA in 2013, creating the Lakefront Film Festival initially in 2017. We rebranded it when we moved to DC in 2022 as the LightReel Film Festival, and that's where we are tonight.
Wow.
So I told you that's more of a condensed version, but I was telling you that,
right?
I try to.
I love it. I'm so glad. Thank you for doing that, because I really wanted people to have a sense of the history and the gravitas that's coming behind this film festival. That's like, you're not just some Joe Schmo that decided like, oh, I want to do a film festival. You're not like a guy who was a fan who had $1 billion and decided to buy a football team and run it into the ground and shall remain nameless. You're actually somebody with some skills and some talent. So
I left out one piece that's really important. And when I say there's a God, I'm very spiritual in my journey. I had a partner in 1994, and we at that point thought about doing a film festival, to the point where we put our own money up and created a logo, which I still have sitting around in my office somewhere. The initial festival in 1994 was going to be called the WAAFF, which stood for the Washington African American Film Festival. And that one didn't get off the ground. And when it didn't get off the ground, I was like, I guess the film festival dream is over. I'll move on to other stuff. And it's funny how life comes full circle that 20 years later, and I guess I will tell the story of how this film festival came to be, because it's the weirdest thing ever. I go to church out in Howard County, and I belong to a men's group, and we were talking about how we were going to raise money. And I kept sitting in these meetings for months, and I was frustrated. I was like, man, you guys don't have, I said, I could show movies and raise money that way. So they said, go on off and do your little movie ideas. So I was sitting home on a Monday morning. I'll never forget it. And I picked up the phone to call a venue in Howard County. And I heard a voice that directed me to call the tourism office at Howard County. And I called the office and spoke to a woman. I said, you don't know me. I got this idea for this festival. And like I described tonight, I said, it's going to be independent films. It's going to be this. It's going to be that. And I guess she thought I was a nutcase. She said, I'll call you back in 10 minutes. And she Googled me and called me back and said, we should meet. And I sat down and met with her 5 days later and laid out my plan. And that's how the film festival got started. And I literally remember that I visualized that I was writing down the plans for what this film festival would be. And I would go I was doing this in my home office, and I would go lay in my bed, and the days would come to me. Like I would visualize what the opening day would be. And then I got up and typed it down, what I was thinking. I laid down again. I saw the next day. I got up and wrote that down. Wow. That literally is how the festival was manifested to me. So that's why I've always believed that whatever God has for you, it's going to be for you. So this film festival is not Tim's brainchild. It was given to me. I'm the vessel. So I really believe that. And I believe that with the Black Reel Awards. I believe that with every project that I've ever been a part of, that my faith is a huge part of the moves that I make and how we're able to kind of operate in the space scandal-free, drama-free, full of peace. You see Subrina's face. Sabrina is very happy. We're working drama on the team. We just about our business, trying to get this festival up, running, and making sure that we can grow it and make it successful.
I love it. I love it. Thank you.
I just want to say one other thing that you do every year is the annual Oscar party, which is how I met you. Is that talk about having fun?
Another hat. I've been doing the Oscar party now. What is this, 2023? God, about 12 years now, since around 2010, 2009, somewhere in that area. So yeah, it's been, my journey is my journey. And I was overwhelmed a couple of days ago when I put on social media announcing how excited I was to be a part of the Film Festival Alliance, and how there was this outpouring of support from people in all the communities that I represent, whether it's my professional communities, my family, friends. So as I said, I am very lucky. But they say luck is hard work meeting preparation. So God knows, if I panned my computer around and you looked at my whiteboard here that has all the tabs from all of the film festivals and all our plans and the things that we're going to be doing, it's all on the board. So I get to look at it every day. And it reminds me, as well as our film poster from last year, that I am very excited. I'm very blessed. And I am very lucky to have people like Subrina and other members, our other programmers. I think we have 6 programmers. Am I correct, Subrina?
Yes.
Because I know we have features, shorts, narrative, screenwriting, immersive. Yeah. I mean, so there are a lot of people who have bought into the vision of what it is that we're doing. And it didn't hurt that last year, or when I say last year, earlier this year in June, we were able to pull off the hybrid film festival and sort of introduce it to the Union Market District. So right now there's a lot of excitement, and I want to capitalize on that, especially with this screenwriting contest, to get as many potential screenwriters, entering into our festival as possible this year.
Absolutely.
Subrina, could you tell everybody what your position is and what you're doing and what are you looking for?
Okay, I am the programmer for the screenwriting contest, and we are looking for, as I said, diverse writers, BIPOC writers, to give us narratives, which is a full-length feature movie script, shorts, and we're also looking for TV pilots. We are hoping that we're going to have an influx of DC writers. We really want to focus on our local writers, get their names out there. This is going to be an incredible opportunity because, as Tim says, the final 4 of the contest are going to have their scripts presented to industry people. They're going to take it from there and we're going to give it to them. You're also going to be treated as a VIP for the 4 days of the festival. So there's going to be a lot of networking involved if you make it into the finals. So the next deadline for the Screenwriting Festival is December 17th. So get them in. This is the early deadline. There will be another deadline in February, but I'm not going to tell you people anything else about any more deadline because y'all will wait till the last minute. So get your scripts in now. We've got readers standing by to go ahead and select the top 16. We're going to have the sweet 16 of the film writers, and then we're going to make it down to the Elite 8 and the final 4. So if you want to get in that group, get it in now. And I am just totally excited by the films that we already have, the scripts that we already have in. And so my job is to friends and professionals to be the readers. They will be doing the reading, and we will select, like I said, the Sweet 16, and then get it down to 4. I don't know how, because the scripts I've seen so far are pretty good. And then what else we're going to do is make sure that you understand, and we're going to send the letters out to you people who put the scripts in. We're going to acknowledge that. We're going to acknowledge when you make it into the next round. And hopefully there will be some networking among the writers too. So stand by for this, because I am really excited for this, because I myself am a screenwriter. I have been through this contest mode and been in this. Tamir and Yvette we're living through it with me, when you're waiting for the acknowledgement and you're waiting to see if you're going to make it to the next round, and you learn a lot, and you really do meet a lot of people, get a lot of names. So don't let this opportunity pass you by. And if you are at all, but maybe by February you can punch it up and get it in there. And if you know anybody, because I know as a Sci-Fi Sisters, we have received scripts.
Yes.
People have sent things
Mhm.
into us unsolicited, and I want to talk to you all about that. But
Right.
but
Unsolicited.
now I am soliciting. So everybody that sent in a screenplay to the Sci-Fi Sisters, send it over to filmfreeway.com/LightReel Film Fest. That is where you go to submit your film or screenplay. Okay, the screenplay cost is going to be $35. Now that is a very low entry cost, and there is a discount if you live in the 8 wards of DC. So you got no reason not to come into this. This is a really low bar
Yeah.
film festival contest. I mean, screenwriting contest. So come on in. I'm dying to see it. And I know my sci-fi people, come on. I want to see some sci-fi
Right.
screenplays.
We
Let's
know that there
go.
are Black folks, other Black folks out there writing sci-fi and fantasy.
I was going to say that I got a call from a filmmaker in Toronto a couple of days ago, who is one of 2 people that I know who got letters from Sundance that their films didn't get in the festival. So, and they were asked, oh, that's funny, war discount. So I know, to your point, when you said don't let this opportunity pass you by, I realize that a lot of people may be unfamiliar with the LightReel Film Festival. If you do some Googling, you'll see it's a real festival with real programming and real individuals behind it. It is an opportunity, and there are so many different film festivals. So I know that there's a little mystery involved in what the process is all about. So I love the fact that Subrina was kind of demystifying the process to let them understand that, you know, you want to take advantage of it. We also, to your point about waiting on the deadlines, because every time we have a deadline, there's an influx of projects that come in because people want to catch the lower price. So it literally happened last month. I was like, why are we getting all these submissions? Oh, there's a deadline today. I get you. So I expect that the next deadline, which is on I think it's the 17th, Sabrina, I think we're gonna get
December
another
17th.
healthy influx of pre-Christmas submissions. So that ought to be fun. But it's the process. Yeah, I mean, you know, come on, you got to have the selling hook. So if you guys want to wait to December the 17th, you know, submit your screenplay, go enjoy your holidays. That's all good. Sabrina and the writers are standing by. Have you had a chance to read some of the early submissions that have come in already?
Yeah. I will print them off as soon as I get it.
Cool.
It's gonna be hard. I don't know how. I'm like, oh my God. It's gonna be so hard.
It's the same thing with films, man. I mean, you know, the team is kind of wading through it. Like I told you, we've gotten a bunch of them early. And I was going to tell you that so far we've got 7 countries outside the U.S. that are represented at the festival.
Wow.
So I am really excited. I mean,
that's
we
cool.
had films from as far away as Madagascar, which still blows my mind. Like, how did you know?
The internet. It's a small world.
So, but I enjoy this process because I enjoy meeting the young creatives, whether they're filmmakers, screenwriters, folks who are interested in getting in the industry. That's what we're here for. This is a part of what the goal of the LightReel Film Festival is all about. And we have alumni that also participate. So maybe we should get one of the alumnus to be a reader this year. That might work out. So
now, are you looking for readers also?
That's on Sister Subrina down there. She's the programmer. I stay out of that area. Sabrina, you looking for some readers? Or are you good?
I am. I'm looking. I do need another level of readers. Yeah, I have the volunteer readers. So, you know, it will be the ones that are going to sift through the initial group of film festival of screenplays. But then when we get down to the lead 8 and the final 4, I definitely want some people that have you know, some sort of a writing background, a professional screenwriting background to read those. So I want to give them the best coverage they can get. So to me, I'm looking at you, girl.
Wow, I'm looking at you, girl.
I know, right? That's a call.
We got a lot. We got some talent sitting over there, and she's in DC too. DC reader.
Yeah, that's some
By the way,
serious.
Like I said,
a serious writer right there.
Sabrina, when you get a moment, will you also type
me
in
as a writer,
the
yes, you get some.
will you also type in the link in the chat for people?
Sabrina, is your under your
right
name?
under
Isn't that
my
the link right
name, but
there?
I'm going to type it in.
Yes, so
Yeah.
people can click on
Yep,
it.
that's the link right there under my name.
Mhm.
But they can click
She
on
wants
it
you to put in the chat so they
chat.
can click on it.
Mhm.
Let
So
me
like,
see.
right, I'm doing it
Yeah,
right
Tim,
now.
she's got a massive delay happening sometimes. Sometimes it's perfect.
Yep.
You know, we as a people are creative. We gonna make it work.
Yep.
You know we are.
Or
Every
as
time.
Jamie Foxx said in Ray, we gonna make it do what it do, baby.
That's it. That is it.
You know, Tim, you made me so tickled when you said the 5 heartbeats, because my father was one of the Dells, and the Dells were the
What?
creative consultants
Did
on
not
that
know
show.
that. That's
Yeah,
nice.
and so that movie is so close to my heart, because I remember when they were working on that film and everything, and you know, and I remember everybody going, well, did they have the fight like that and the thing? And I'm like, no, they mixed in some other story. Like that's, you know, but they
My
had.
favorite scene in that film, and I literally just watched it maybe a week or two ago, is when they go on the on the talent show, and they kind of rigging it with I forget the group, something in the Nighthawks, where they were singing, and they have the little house piano player that's messing up "Our Heart Is Not a Home." And man, I love that scene, man, especially when Michael Wright gets up there and goes, "Ah." I love that movie, man. So that movie is really, really close to my heart. And there's some other movies, including one that's coming out on Christmas, that I've seen twice already, and I prefer the earlier version, but I can't wait to review that movie in about a week and a half. So,
Oh, I can't wait to watch your review of that movie or listen to that in a week and a
yes,
half.
I think you know what movie I'm talking about.
Maybe
Yep.
so.
Mm-hmm. I didn't want to tip it, but yes. So
yeah,
the one that's coming out on Christmas Day.
that one, yes,
That one.
the one that
with the
shares
ladies I talked to earlier today. So
the one that shares
but
our
I'm
colors.
partial to the original. I'm a man of a certain age,
Mhm.
and no disrespect. I think this new one may be a classic for, like they may look back in 25 years and cite this one as their film.
Right.
The first version is my film, because that's another
Same.
one that's really near and dear to my heart. So.
Yeah, for real. For real.
Every Black woman has quoted every line possible from the movie.
You know
one
that's
time
right.
or another. We's married.
You told her. Never mind. I loves him. God knows I do. It's so funny.
Bring home now. So
It's so funny. When I saw it, I saw it twice in LA, right? And when they got to those scenes, and I'm like quoting them verbatim, like I know these lines. So it's like that film, Coming to America, Boomerang. There's a bunch of movies, man, like that are quotables like that. So
yeah.
You see how we did that without ever saying the name, and people in the chat like, I know
did.
that. Look,
I say this all the time.
Oh,
Right on your head.
Kill him dead.
Until you do right by me,
everything you touch.
I think people are gonna like it. And I saw it last night, and it's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I would make some changes, but
these.
we will talk. Oh, by the way, Sabrina, this is how you talk about a movie that people haven't seen without giving it away. Were you as bothered in the third act when they truncated a song that meant so much to me in the initial film? Were you bothered by that?
Look, we were bothered by a couple of things, but
all right, cool. Don't say anything.
We let it go. But I'm with you. I'm going with the first one.
Man,
yeah,
look,
it was good though. I enjoyed it. I'm
just telling you that I remember the audience was screaming. I was tight. I was sitting in my chair like this.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, but this is what we do. We are film. We talk about film. We explore film. But this is all about screenwriting, right? So you think about some of the movies this year. I know. Have any of you guys seen American Fiction yet?
Not yet.
Not a screening.
Yes.
You have. American Fiction. I'll just pretty much say is brilliant. The
I can't wait to
go
screenplay
see
by
that
movie.
Cord Jefferson is friggin' amazing. And the second film that I will tell you,
When
and I'm not sure
when he
if you've
used the name Stagger Lee.
oh my God. No. My Pathology. That's my favorite. I went to the press conference with the American Fiction on Sunday, and Cord Jefferson and I had become friendly. And I told him, I said, where can I get my Pathology? And for you who have not seen the film, when you watch the film, it is hilarious, My Pathology. But that is an example. I'm not saying we're going to get screenplays at that level, but films like American Fiction, Ava DuVernay's Origin. Have you seen Origin yet?
Not yet.
Nope.
Oh my God.
I have
Origin
not seen that yet. That
is
on
my
the list.
favorite film of the year so far. And what
Really?
Ava DuVernay did with the screenplay based on Isabel Wilkerson's book.
Yeah.
I've seen that movie 2 times and I cry at the end of it. I can't control it. At the end, that third act is like a punch to your soul.
Wow.
So I want screenplays
Wow.
that affect Subrina in that way, where she's either mortified, brought to tears. I want screenplays that move people in some sort of way to make you feel something. And I think that to me is what a good screenplay does, right? So,
absolutely.
Yep.
Thank you, Yvette. Yvette put it in the chat. Origin and American Fiction. Watch out, y'all.
Oh,
Go see it.
Jeffrey Wright
Go see him.
finally has a lead part that is worthy of him.
You're talking about Thelonious Ellison Monk. So they call. I'm sorry, Thelonious Monk
He is
Ellison.
brilliant in this.
So they call him Monk in the film. Jeffrey Wright. Jeffrey, I predict, and I'm trying to figure this out because I sort of kind of know that between Bradley Cooper and Maestro, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Killers of the Flower Moon, and I'm trying to think there's at least one more person. I think his name is pronounced Cillian Murphy from Oppenheimer. Those 3, I think, are almost locks for Best Actor. But Coleman Domingo for Rustin and Jeffrey Wright for American Fiction, I'm not sure if both get in.
Yeah.
But one of those 2 is getting nominated for Best Actor this year, if not both. But one of them for sure.
Right.
Yes.
And I think that screenplay is going to get nominated.
You're talking about
Fiction.
for
I think that screenplay.
Oh yeah, Cord Jefferson's screenplay is absolutely fire. Now, I will also share with you because my show is called Keeping It Real with Film Gordon, my podcast. So that's not just the show; that's like my life philosophy. I keep it real about all this stuff, and I think, and I'll say this publicly, which I'm gonna probably get in trouble for, but it's how I feel. Neon, which is distributing Origin, I think has done a horrible job of marketing this film. This movie,
I agree,
should be. This movie's not talked about enough, and in my community, my film critic community, we've been talking about it for a month. So people
exactly,
they're just starting to roll out screenings in LA for this film, and it comes.
I hadn't even heard of it. I hadn't even heard of it.
Okay, let me say, Ava DuVernay's dress got more press than this movie got. The dress she wore in Venice got more press. I know the dress, but
now I know the movie.
Oh,
because you saw the dress, right?
I remember
saw the
from
dress.
Venice. Yeah, yep, because of the dress. I did. Yep.
So let me say this. I went to TIFF this year, right? Toronto International Film Fest, and on successive days, they had the premiere of American Fiction first, right? So I saw that one first. And when I first saw it, I was a little upset because I thought that it was a film that was a satire about, the attitudes of white folks about black folk. And I just felt that they laughed at all the wrong places. I was like, no, this is about you. They didn't make this movie for us poor. They made this for you, right?
Right.
And y'all are not getting the joke. So I remember having that conversation with Cord Jefferson, and he was like, I've heard that too, right? But the next day I saw Origin, and I went with like 3 colleagues who are all male, and we watched that film, and all of us sat there and boo-hooed at the end of that movie.
Wow.
I think it's the best film Ava DuVernay's ever made.
Wow.
You know, and just for transparency, I've known Ava DuVernay probably 25 years, since she was a publicist. Before she made movies, I've been friends with Ava DuVernay. So I'm not saying that because she's a friend or somebody I like and admire. Origin is the best movie Ava DuVernay has ever made, and it's not even close. And she has done such good work. And the fact that they are not getting the message out to the masses or doing screenings in a way that you're hearing about Rustin and The Color Purple and all of these other films, American Fiction, you should be talking about Origin too. And if they were marketing Origin right, I believe Ava would have a shot at Best Director. She'd have a shot at Best Screenplay. And Aunjanue Ellis should be one of the 5 Best Actress nominees because she is sensational in Origin.
Wow.
She really is. So that's that's not that's a review that makes sense because it's coming out this weekend. So I can talk about Origin all day long. So that's not a problem.
I love movie people. Y'all make it, you know, like now I'm so hyped to go see it. Just like because my world is books a lot of times. You know, and so I'm used to somebody hyping a book to me. So
people are like, where can Origin be seen? Origin's in theaters nationwide this weekend. So that one is coming up. And I'm really upset with the marketing because, like I said, I've been in Los Angeles at least a week and a half over the last, a total of a week and a half over the last 3 weeks. And we've been going to industry screenings. That's how I saw The Color Purple. They showed The Color Purple for the first time, like the first time I was out in LA, like in mid-November. And I went the second night. I didn't go the night where Oprah was there with the cast, but I went the next night when it was the entire cast minus Coleman Domingo and Oprah Winfrey. So, you know, Taraji, Blitz, the director, and everybody else in the cast was there. And man, that house, they tore that house down, boy. Those folks were in there. It was like you were in church. They, you go, girl. So I get really excited, and you know, you can see it or hear it in my voice. I get really excited when I call the most wonderful time of the year, which is the kickoff of award season. So we're gonna find out, as I said. Huh? You said you too? Yeah, because you know you've been watching all these movies. So I told somebody today, I think minus Iron Claw, I've seen all the movies I need to see. I can start voting on all the guilds that I need to vote on. I know in my mind what are my top 5 to 10 movies of the year. So I'm ready to go. Let's do it.
All right, now. Subrina, I know you're trying to jump in. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that I love this time of the year too. I mean, it's just it's December is when they just throw all the movies they've been trying to, holding back, and so they want to get them Oscar qualified. And so I'm just ready. Here we go, right from December 1st, just coming out movie after movie after movie. But like Tim, this year I got to go to a few of them before the opening, so I went to a lot of screenings, and I am just excited for this year. So there were a few good films out there. Now, yes, somebody just mentioned, I was going to thank you, David. I wanted to tell people that if you are not familiar with Origin, if you remember the book Cast, and that was a huge book, that is the basis of this movie. So that was a huge book when it came out a couple of years ago.
So what Ava did with the book, because initially people didn't think that it was filmable. So she came up with a device where she told Isabel Wilkerson's personal story and simultaneously the research she's doing to write the book. So you feel her pain, but at the same time, you're experiencing the pain that she's researching. And I'll just say, I'm not even going to spoil it, but that third act, man, wow. I mean, I get welled up now thinking about it because I'm like, God, we were sitting there like, wow, Ava, damn, wow. That's outstanding stuff. So I don't think, like I said, I don't think people are talking enough about Origin.
Mhm.
American Fiction, Cord Jefferson, and that tremendous cast. Absolutely, that's a really good film. The Color Purple, again, a reimagining or remake of the Broadway musical, not
Right.
the 1985 film.
Right.
I think it's a fine film. If I had to give it a grade right now, I'd probably give it 3.5 out of 4. I think it's really well done. It's just not the version of The Color Purple I support. I like my Danny Glover. I like Whoopi. I like Margaret Avery. I like Oprah Winfrey. That's the version I like, because that one is seared into my DNA and subconscious. So, but you're right. There are a lot of good films that are out there, and people should be excited for some of the films. Like, we talk about Barbie wasn't my favorite film, but people like Barbie.
Yep.
Oppenheimer, Poor Things, Saltburn. Saltburn. Did you get a chance to see Saltburn?
I have not seen Saltburn, no.
Okay. Yeah, I know you haven't seen it. You know why? Because Saltburn is the kind of film that has a very strong reaction. You either will love that movie or you like,
not for me.
But we're talking about all these movies. These are the sorts of movies that play at our festival and the sorts of screenplay ideas that we're looking at. So there might be some folks that are out there who have screenplays that, they may not have the confidence, but everybody's got to start someplace. Right. John Singleton's first screenplay was Boys in the Hood.
Absolutely.
Spike Lee's first screenplay was She's Gotta Have It. I remember at the BlackReel Awards, we got Ryan Coogler. We nominated Ryan Coogler's short coming out of USC. We nominated Ava DuVernay's first screenplay. So everybody, Barry Jenkins with Medicine for Melancholy, everybody starts somewhere. So
if that's not inspiration, y'all, I don't know. I don't know what is, because
his first screenplay is American Fiction. That's his first screenplay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Y'all, you can do it. We want y'all to seriously go ahead and submit, take that leap of faith and please go ahead and submit your screenplay. I want to be able to say that, the next big screenwriter came out of DC.
I would know. Especially if it came out our film festival.
Right.
Real screenplay.
And then y'all, I think it's, not just looking for the screenwriters, I'm really looking forward to being able to support the film festival. Like, I'm not a film festival person, but because Subrina is in my life now, like I want to be, and now there's one in my backyard. So I, that I am interested in.
Tim, do you have something to say?
I'm gonna lean in for this question. What is a film festival person?
No, I just mean that I've never been to a lot of film festivals before, and I wasn't ever like, people like, oh, there's a film festival happening. It wouldn't have been the first thing that I would say, oh, let me go do that, until I met Subrina. And now I'm like, oh, a film festival seems like a cool thing to go do. Like, it's just like.
So June the 6th to the 9th, let me tell you exactly. I can't give you like all the locations, but pretty much the original idea or the idea for this year is on June the 6th. It's a Thursday night. We're going to have a pre-reception at the host hotel, which we still have to announce. We're going to transport people from that hotel down to a theater, which probably will not be in Union Market because the opening night film this year was at the Landmark East Street. So we'll probably have something like that. Now this year we had The Blackening as our opening night film, which was a lot of fun. It was a packed house. Sabrina, you were there, right? It was a packed house, over 200, 250 people that laughed, got all the jokes, and had fun. And that was the kickoff of our festival this year. The second day we had virtual independent films. We did an anniversary film. I think we did the 20th anniversary of City of God. We had immersive films happening so people could put on their goggles and watch movies there. And we had filmmakers in. I mean, so when you say, I'm being funny because I've heard that from people like, well, I've never been to a film festival. a film festival can be a lot of fun. So this year, since we're back in person, as I said, that social element is going to be very important because I want to give people the sense, much like when I go to a film festival, that you got to make some choices, right? I want to see this film, but they got this panel over there, or they got this immersive stuff over there.
Like a Comic-Con.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
You got to make some choices.
Exactly.
And if we're doing it right, you should be really frustrated because you're like, dang it, I can't get to everything.
Yeah, right.
And that's the purpose. That's what you should be feeling, because that's what I feel in Toronto, Salt Lake City, Park City, and other places where I watch film festivals. You gotta figure out a schedule of what you want to do and where you want to be. And that's what we want LightReel to be for you in June of 2024.
I love that comparison. Like, it's perfect for us geeks. You just call it a convention.
That's
Just
all.
call
Just
it a
call it a
con.
convention.
That's
We're
all you
there.
have to do is call it a con.
A film con. We're good.
Yeah, it's film con. It's movie
Light con, LightReel con.
LightReel
Right.
con. We're good.
And we're like, oh, we get it.
Now they
It's a con-
understand.
I get it.
I get that concept.
Yep.
That works.
And so you are so film festival type. So if you could go through a con, you could definitely make it through a film
Absolutely.
festival.
Exactly.
We just got to give it a different name for you. Then you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it. Yeah,
Right.
That's it.
Exactly.
You gotta learn. You gotta sell it. You gotta sell it.
that's funny. Look at this.
This is gonna be
Thank you,
fun.
Dave. Dave is on it.
All right.
Sabrina,
Oh,
I'm waiting for Sabrina
okay.
to catch up.
I think we've. Am I with you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Kind of, sort of. We got you.
No, I want to thank you so much, Tim, for coming by. It's fun as always. It was like from the minute I met you, I knew we were simpatico. And everyone, please get ready. Put those dates in your calendar right now. We definitely want to see you there. And Tim, the Sci-Fi Sisters do indeed want to get more involved with the film festival. So look to us. We'll talk to you about what we can do specifically. That night we will be there. They're already planning to come up from Virginia and down from New York, and Tamir and I are right here, even though I am over in another county. So everyone, thank you so much. Tim, where are you going next? You going to?
Let me see. I've got I see, because I can't really tell you where. I can tell you where I'm going, but I can't tell you what I'm actually doing until I have to actually do it. So let's just say I will be going to a junket in New York this weekend to talk to somebody that you guys are very familiar with, who has a film coming out in early January. And then I'm going back to the West Coast next week, where I've been sworn to secrecy because they're like kicking people off this junket if you say something. But let's just say this project has boldly gone where few people have gone before. So I'll be doing that next week and talking to that creative. And then hopefully it's Christmas. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. We have to announce the Black Real Award nominations on the 4th. On December, whatever that Thursday is. I think it's the 14th. And then after that, it's time for Christmas. At that point, I'm taking a break and getting ready for the Bob Marley film that I want to do something with in early 24. So one love.
I saw that trailer and I'm like,
that trailer is great.
So I'll share this with you before I leave. There was only one project that I ever wanted to produce, and it was the Bob Marley biopic. And I actually had Michael Ealy in my head. I had talked to him about being Bob Marley, and I could envision the scene where he comes out in the stadium in Jamaica and, they greetings. And, you get the roar of the crowd. And then I found out that they were making it. And I was like,
wow.
It's the thought that counts.
That was really the only movie I really wanted to produce. And I wanted to do it sort of Ray style with the shot so I could see it in my head. But I'm going to give this new one an opportunity. And what's the guy's name? Kingsley Benadir. Looks like Marley. I've seen all of the trailers, so I'm really, really excited. And I'm going to call the studio up and ask them if they'll let me come in and moderate a discussion with the cast of One Love. So we'll
that'd
see.
be cool.
You hear me doing that, you'll be like, he did it again.
That'd be real cool. And then your first thought should be, Sci-Fi Sister Tamia would really love to be there when I moderate this panel.
Listen, Subrina, where was Sci-Fi Sister at 2 weeks ago when I sat down with two-time Oscar winner Ruthie Carter and Kim Coleman Taylor at Howard University? Where were you guys for that?
Ain't nobody tell us, sister.
Somebody didn't pass on the invitation.
Sabrina, you didn't get that one?
I mean, were we invited? Did I miss something?
It was, well, the Academy, you know, the campus or the Oscars, those folks had an event in DC as a part of another festival. And they brought me in to moderate. I sat down with Ruth. Ruth is pretty cool. Kim Coleman Taylor. So it was a two-time Emmy Award winning costume designer.
Wow.
Yes.
And a two-time Oscar winning, two-time Emmy casting agent, and Ruthie Carter was the costume designer. So it was a 1 hour conversation up at Howard University. It went really, really well. I don't think I embarrassed the family. I think they will allow me to come back and moderate some more. But I love moderating.
Jamal.
That's cool. Is
You
Jamal
good?
in there?
Yeah, hit Jamal's comment.
Yes.
Oh, can I give out one more plug?
Please.
Sure.
Please, I was going to ask you to plug something else.
We have the LightReel Film Festival. We also have been doing and partnered with the Hip Hop Museum, where we've been screening movies every month since August. So I'm like hip hop themed films. So this Friday, I'll be there once again at the Hip Hop Shop, 1919 18th Street Northwest. Or for the people at home going, where the heck is that at? Everybody knows L'Oreal Plaza, the restaurant, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's 1 block away from L'Oreal Plaza. So we're in there every month. We're doing the last holiday, or AKA Kennedy Center honoree Queen Latifah and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame recipient LL Cool J in the last holiday. So I see that on at 7:30. Doors open at 6.
That is my movie.
I'm going to moderate a conversation for a live audience.
That one.
Then we'll be on to that film. In January, we'll be back for Beach Street, 40th anniversary of Beach Street.
Beach Street.
Beach Street, King of the Groove. We'll be back in February for Love Month with Brown Sugar.
Wow.
And then in March, we'll be back for Juice. So we got hip hop movies, we got film festivals, we got award shows. What you got? Like, I just finished watching Marlon Brando and the Wild Ones, right? Oh. And somebody said, well, what are you rebelling against? And the guy said, well, what you got? So that's how I feel. So, what are you doing? What you got? What you want from us? Film series, film festivals. We doing it all over here.
That's cool.
And in case that's not enough for you, tell everybody how they can listen to your show.
Oh, dang, that's a good one too. You can listen to DC Radio. I think we come on 10 o'clock. I told you I can't keep track of all this stuff, but I've been hosting my podcast for 14 years. We just had an anniversary in mid-November, but it's on every Saturdays at 10 o'clock. Charles Kirkland and I, who Subrina knows. You know Charles, right? Sabrina, sure. She knows. Okay, she knows Charles. So we sit there and have film conversation. I bring on colleagues. Sometimes I interview people. I just go by feel every week. Mm-hmm. We just put a show together. Matter of fact, we'll be doing one tomorrow. I guess tomorrow we'll talk about films that are coming up, review Origin, review some of the other films that are coming up, and then talk about all this fun that we had in LA over the last week. So
I love it. I love it.
That's all I got.
Tim,
that's all I got.
I'm done. I'm pooped.
Charles and I saw the Bass. We were at the Bass Reeves Awards.
Oh God. Yep. So, that's right. You did go down. I didn't go to Bass Reeves. I heard that was a good event, though.
That's
it was
I
something else. We had a
Brandon, you got
really
to get
good
on better
time.
mailing lists, though. Really, you do,
You really do.
because there's a lot of
Sit down
film
there
in
like, why
DC.
come we
You
didn't
missing it.
go?
So there you go. Bass Reeves premiere. That was a good one.
That's
that
a
was
good show.
Everybody
God,
was
I
there
love that show.
night.
I'm
The
really
whole
enjoying
cast.
that.
Hmm.
That reminds me.
Sorry, Subrina.
Look at this. Oh, yes. Well, Jamal, yes, there is merch. I'm wearing some of the merch. Part of the problem with the merch, and this is, I'm being transparent. I designed something that I thought was cool, and I showed it to some people at our film series, and they was like, Tim, you need to take that back and kind of work the concept out. So, but pretty much what I was designing, and I'll just tell it to you, is that I have on the back of this shirt, I put the DC, you know, the what is it, 2 bars and 3 stars?
Yeah.
I put
Right.
4 in from, and then I had the city, DC, right? So I was trying to kind of brand us as we are DC. We are in DC. We are from DC. We are for DC. And like nobody got the concept. So clearly I have a lot of talents. Marketing may not be my talent, right? So if you out there and you market, you can reach out to either Subrina or I, because I can use you and I need the help.
Well, speaking of merch,
yes,
I got some sweet merch right here.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
this is our Christmas merch.
Christmas merch.
There you go. Black Santa.
Hey, Black Santa with peace, love, and hair grease.
Peace, love, and hair grease. I see you, Brandon.
Go ahead, Brandon. I'm about to get my sweet Christmas merch too.
That's it.
I don't have any merch, man. All I have is stuff that studios send me all the time. Did you get this cool pack? Oh, you can't see it.
No, the glare on it.
This is a Spider-Man package that they sent me to the house.
Oh,
so it's just so this is all of the stuff I accumulate during award season that's sitting in my office.
Now you're talking some geek love right there. Now you like all of our little ears went ding ding Spider-Man.
Well, look at this. This is the neon package they sent out this year. And if you notice on the back, you can see the titles of all the films. Can you see that? See Origin, Ferrari, all of that stuff. So I just have an office full of this kind of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not jealous.
Much.
You said you're not jealous.
You got an L shirt.
Anything else over here? Oh, this is from the holdovers. You see it?
A little bit.
Paul Giamatti.
Spider-Man?
Just stuff sitting in the office.
See, I told you we're geeks. Spider-Man? What?
Spider-Man?
Squirrel.
He's reaching back. He's reaching back to this on this.
Oh, there it goes. Oh yeah. Oh, there it goes.
My favorite
Spider-Man. Spider-Man package with all of the stuff in the back.
Oh, that's so
what's
cool.
in there? You can't really see it. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know what to do with a lot of this stuff. I got albums in here they sent me. So yeah, I mean, it's the most wonderful time of the year. They try to pretty much buy your vote. Here's some stuff and remember our movie. So you're working too hard on Spider-Man, because Spider-Man I already had on my list. But thank you though. I appreciate it.
I know, right? JP the dude.
I'm saying wow too. It feels that's how we feel when we get a ton of stuff from like Star Trek properties, and we're sitting here with it too, and I'm like, ooh, but maybe I could trade, maybe a small enterprise for that Spider-Man thing. I don't know. Maybe we could talk about
God!
it.
See, stop. See, now you just hurting me.
Look at this. Rusty coffee table book.
A cold coffee table book? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's nice.
See, that's my jam.
Look. So
Nice.
this one, so I'll just let you guys in on the secret, because I told Subrina this. We auction off all of this merch that comes in, right? Because I raise money for the foundation that I run. But all of the stuff that's got Black folks on it, that's staying here. Right? I got Black stuff they sent. I got stuff from Jordan Peele films. All that stuff is here. So I'm gonna put my Rustin book back.
Yeah.
Gotta hide
And
it.
look, okay, now he's just gonna pour salt in it. You see that, Sabrina?
Hide
That's that's a little
You're gonna
spicy.
show it and then hide it. Wow.
And then go, what's that one? Can't see it. Oh, The Art of Ruth Carter.
Ruth Carter.
Oh, I like that.
Oh my
The Art
word.
of Ruth Carter. Wow.
Just stop now.
Oh,
He's just showing
I've
off.
not seen that. I have a Ruth Carter ring.
And it's
Ruth Carter
autographed.
designed ring.
Oh my
nice.
word.
Oh,
Wow.
I like it.
Wow. Look,
Love it,
look
love
at
it,
him.
love
Look
it,
at him.
look at
his face.
This just stuff sitting in the office. That's why I'm laughing. I'm like, this is in the office.
One day I'm gonna have an office like that, and it's gonna be full of Trek stuff and other
Yep.
geeky stuff.
So you can't see the Spike book over there. You can't see the Us book over there. It's stuff in the office. So we keep the cool stuff. The rest of the stuff I put out in the hallway because that's stuff we're gonna auction off to people or figure out how to get rid of because I just got a house full of junk.
Mhm.
So, and before I close, the piece de resistance that's sitting in my house.
Yeah.
Do you remember Chris Rock did a special about 6 or 7 months ago? That was on a new Netflix special. What was it called? The one where he
I didn't watch
finally
it.
answered Will Smith.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a huge box sitting
I
here
saw half of it.
that that Netflix sent that has alcohol in it, snacks, and it's just been sitting in my office for 7 months.
That
And at
sounds
some
like
point-
one of the Paramount boxes that we get for Star Trek. They send out these big ass boxes, and like one of them's got wine in it, and like from the Picard vineyards and stuff. You know, yeah, I love those ones. I mean, like
I do
you
have
know,
one more
because you
thing to
always
say.
have such cool stuff in that.
Snacks.
Yeah, the snacks.
Okay, I haven't opened this
what?
yet. And I just remembered
Is-
it was over here.
Is that
This
foundation?
This
what is
is
that?
from Amazon, right?
Found it.
Let me pull
No,
that so I
that's
can
not
open it.
foundation.
No, it looks like it though.
This is an advent calendar that they sent.
Oh,
Wow.
So I have yet to start going through the days of
Oh.
the calendar because as you do this, it has every day has a different little trinket on the inside.
right.
So
Wow.
it's just been sitting here.
Right.
So see, look
Damn.
on the back.
That's cool. Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
That looks like something from Star Trek.
Yep.
On the
So
front.
again, stuff sitting in the
It always
office.
comes back
That's
to
all I'm
Star
trying to
Trek.
tell you. This is not.
Oh wow.
This is not bragging. This is just stuff sitting in the office.
Oh my God. It kind of
I get
feels
it.
like bragging though.
Yes, it is.
It's like-
Yeah, it does.
Only
Wow.
because I'm jealous.
It very
Oh,
much
oh my
does.
God.
We're gonna have to start breaking out our Star Trek stuff. All right. All
Right.
I
right.
know,
ladies.
I'm gonna
What we
put
got. We
back
got
every-
start breaking
Oh,
out
you know
the
what I got? Oh
swag.
my God. Now he's got the glasses out.
This stuff sitting in the office. That's all I'm trying to tell you. I know I'm doing this for the audience because I want people at home to go.
Because we want people at home to go, like, how do I win one of these things now? What am I gonna do?
Everybody's like
You gotta submit your screenplay,
your
and
screenplay.
you
Yes.
gotta come to the film festival,
And
kids.
come to the
Let's
This
film
is
festival.
literally-
let's
they
run
sent me
the
a
let's run the screen.
a transistor radio. Look at this.
What?
This is for air.
Oh
That's
wow.
crazy.
Stop.
Wow. I had one of those.
We
That's
all had
amazing.
one of these back in the day.
I should do too.
Oh, with the cassette tape that it plays. This cassette tape from
Oh,
air.
nice.
stop.
That's cool.
Oh.
Watch this. Say it with me. Stuff in the office.
Oh,
So
I get
now
it.
I'm done. I can't outdo that.
I get it.
We should do a show. Stuff in the office.
Stuff in the office, right?
And then there was some other stuff that people got that I didn't get. Like they sent out a Creed box that had a nice Creed water bottle in there that doubled as kind of a workout bottle. I didn't get that. So, but
That's
I'm
right. You
good.
didn't need that. You're all right.
I didn't. No, actually, I didn't need that.
Nah.
But ladies, thank you for letting me come on here and cut up and act a fool tonight. Going off.
Our
I do need to pull
pleasure.
that advent calendar out because I don't know what's in it. I haven't gone through it yet.
Mhm.
The day is December the 6th, so I'm about 6 days behind. It might be 6 days of trinkets in here.
It's
Mhm.
I need to
beautiful.
look up.
Hopefully, there's some snacks in there.
Nah, last year that box. I mean, I'm keeping it real with you. The box is better than the stuff in the box.
Yeah.
So last year they sent out this amazing looking box, and then they had stuff in there like ketchup candy. I was like, come on, man.
Ketchup candy.
Watch this.
Just bring the people.
That face you just made, that's the face. I was like, ketchup candy. What the hell?
This old swag.
This old swag.
So, wait a minute. JR,
Now they
this
cutting
swag
up.
ain't old. This is new swag. That's new swag that
Bring
just
the
came in. I got old swag. This is new swag.
Oh, Tim,
All right.
I can't tell you how
we need
much.
to make this a new segment. Stuff in the office.
Yep, this old swag, the stuff in the office.
Uh-oh.
Okay. One more before we go. That's the last one. What's that one from?
Scissors?
He's reaching.
You don't know what movie that is?
Right. What you got? What's this one?
Edward Scissorhands? I don't know.
What is it?
I can't see
we
it.
can't see
This
it.
is from Us.
Oh, Alfred.
that us?
Oh,
Alfred
from
Hitchcock.
us. Okay.
Yeah, so you see, what
Okay.
you can't see, it's still in the original plastic. It's never been. Again, stuff in the office.
Oh my
It's just
God.
stuff I keep in the office.
Oh my God.
That is too black.
Too
black,
strong.
Too strong. It
Too
stays
black,
in the
too
office.
strong.
At some point, I need to figure out how to liquidate this stuff, sell it, and get rid of it. But this is called Pieces of
I'll
Us.
help you.
Nice.
Pieces of Us.
Pieces of us. Oh my God. Okay, stop.
Stuff in the
On
office.
that
So
note,
come back
kids.
next week for part 2
Right.
of Stuff That's in the Office. I got
Right.
Yeah, you need the blood. That's right.
Oh, he said didn't recognize the scissors without the blood.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's no
Neither
blood
did
on
I.
the scissors. These are clean.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't even know what that was until
Well,
you said it. I was
Sabrina-
like, ah.
But
Sabrina
ladies,
knows
please
that
have
was
me
not
back.
my film. That
Us
was
is not your film?
no. I don't do scary.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't.
that
I
was a
don't
good
either. But I
movie.
will keep all of the free scary stuff you send me.
Mhm.
That's the key.
Word.
I don't. I know. No, you're right. I don't do scary either. But please send me more scary stuff.
Mhm.
But
Go
ladies,
right
thank
over
you
there
for
in that
having me
office back
on.
there. Thank you
you
so much, Tim.
Yes,
We-
you're definitely gonna come back before the festival because we're gonna promote it some more, and maybe we can bring some more guests on. So yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
So at next time I come back on, remember at the end we have to do hashtag swag in the office.
Yes.
Okay.
This old swag. Hashtag this old swag.
This old swag. I love
Old
it.
This old
swag.
swag. You should pitch that to the folks for the
PBS.
around town folks, to the
Oh, right.
PBS folks.
Well, it's funny you say that. I'm over at Around Town, and I just don't know from month to month what these guys are doing. So
It's already out there.
Can I just say I'm so glad you're on there though?
well, it'll be. I've been there since 2005, so this is going on year 19, and it has really been a journey. Because if you'd have saw me early, boy, it was rough. I was unpolished. I had all black hair then, but I clearly was more enthusiastic than I was knowledgeable. Now it's the opposite. I'm
Okay, wait.
knowledgeable now. I'm
Were,
like,
were
yo.
you were you like what was the movie? Was it Hollywood Shuffle where they had the sneaking into the movies? The two brothers who were
Well, that was
sneaking into the
hilarious
movies.
back in what was it, 87? Yeah, that was great.
Was that you when you first got on Around Town?
I'll just share this. When I first got on Around Town and when I first started the game, I was like a historian. So I knew film, but I hadn't really watched a lot of the classic stuff, but I knew what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then I never forget from 07 to from 2009 to about 2012, I was literally out of work sitting at home, and I would watch Turner Classic Movies every day. And it was like a PhD lesson, especially when they got to August with like Some Under the Stars. So they do a day of Bogey, a day of this actor, a day of that actor. And I got so immersed in these films. So now my encyclopedic knowledge of understanding these films and these periods are now matched by the fact that I've watched all these movies.
Mm-hmm.
So when I review movies now, I'm like, oh, I've seen that before. That's like Place in the Sun, 1951, that you done just updated. Or that's like Breathless, or that's like Butterfield 8. So watching film is really the basis of what I think all film critics should do. Instead of, my favorite film was, there's a DC film critic who once told us his favorite film was Transformers. and we tapped him on the shoulder and was like, "Pimpin', you need to watch more films. If Transformers is your favorite film, you need a film education." And I have an essential list that I have on Pinterest of when people say, "Well, what movie should I watch?" Just go to my essentials, and you'll see everything on there, from whether it's Killers, what is it? Charles Burnett's film, Killer of Sheep. You know, all of the films that I think are the essential films that you need to learn about motion pictures. Those are the films that I recommend.
Wow, you just said the most. I heard everything you said, but the thing that stood out to me was, you know how to use Pinterest?
I had a lot of boards on Pinterest back in the day. A lot of boards. You know what I used to use Pinterest for, and I probably need to go back and start doing it again, is every time I would see a movie, I would create like the year, whatever, like 2024. And then I would stick all of the movies in. So that's how I used to keep track of every movie I watched, because I had a Pinterest board. So there'd be 270 films on there. Look at that, brother, man. Killer Sheep, man. It's a great film. It is not one that I can watch over and over. I'm gonna give you credit, man, because that movie is so
hard,
deep. Like that dude is going through some stuff, man. Working in the slaughterhouse, man.
Wow.
That's like saying
film
I'm
class
watching 12 Years a Slave again.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
I put that in
We
context.
we gonna have dinner
Right.
movie. And it's
Right
gonna
to
be
me.
precious.
I'm right there now.
I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna trust y'all on that one.
Watch this. How many times have you watched Precious?
Once. One
My
time.
point. These are what I call single cinema experiences. Precious, 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah. One time.
Like I got it the first time. Detroit. Do you remember that film?
I do.
I
didn't see it,
remember.
but
I remember the name. I remember the title, but I don't remember what.
Detroit was a story that was based on a true story from Catherine Bigelow about the assault on I forget the name of the group. It's a real story of how the police had them in a house for like 35 minutes and just tortured them. And I remember being in that theater. This was back at the Mazza Gallery back in the day.
Yeah.
And I remember people walking out of there like, damn. I said, that's the one I'll never watch again. So there's some movies, if I had to create a list of what I call single cinema experiences, Teeth would be on that list.
I don't even know that. I've never heard
Yeah,
of that.
don't worry. You're not missing anything. Detroit was deep, but deep, Dave, for all the wrong reasons, man. I did not like that movie at all. That was like black trauma for 67 uprisings. That's what the film was about. So
I remember the trailers for it, and I remember saying like I can't watch that.
Yeah, man. There's certain things that what Jamal just said. You can get it. Like I got Precious the first time. I was like, I'm good. I don't need to sit in Monique abusing that woman anymore, or I don't need to sit in 12 Years a Slave and watch, because when I saw it the first time, I said that's the closest experience you could ever have without being a slave and watching 12 Years a Slave. That was just horrific. It was horrific.
Once was enough.
I know we got to go. But real quick, I just have to ask you, because I've got you. Do you remember when Haile Gerima released Sankofa?
Sankofa?
Yep. And here in DC, and remember how it was only supposed to run for like a couple of weeks, and then
it kept running and running because the
Chocolate City came out in force. That was a moment. That was a moment. I love it.
I got to stop telling it. You see, you asking me all these stories. It's just telling people what my age is. Stop it. I haven't.
Apparently, I'm there.
Right,
with you.
apparently,
before my
we're
time.
all here together.
Look. That is before my
we
time.
all knew the
I don't
movie.
know what you talking about?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you guys. We need to do this again. You guys are fun. I like you.
Yes, we do. We like you too. We're gonna do it. We're gonna make this a thing. We're gonna do it.
Watch this. LightReel Film Festival, June the 6th through the
you
9th,
have,
2024. It's going to be something special, a Union Market in the district. We're screening films at the Angelika Pop-Up. So that's our home theater. And we will announce coming up in the next couple of months as the festival starts to round out with who our special guests are going to be, what our films are going to be. So very, very excited. But I'm glad to spend some time with you guys. This was way more fun than I thought it was going to be. And plus, I had stuff in the house. Stuff in the office, man. Stuff in the
Brother
office.
brought us stuff in the office.
It's old swag.
That's going to be the,
All right,
the
sign
subtitle of the
this
show.
off.
Look.
Okay, all right,
next
y'all.
episode, we're going to go in the
Jealous of this
basement
office.
and show you some real swag.
We
'Cause
got to
there's a
go.
bunch of stuff in the basement.
Oh Lord.
Because
Okay.
we see, we don't need to get down. We're not going down the stairs with you, brother. No.
Nope.
All right.
I promise you it's pleasant, because if I showed you some of the stuff that was in the basement, I got a collection of film posters from the 1990s that I got to figure out what to do with. So I got a bunch of them downstairs.
Oh,
And plus other swag from other years. So, you know. So
we're gonna find something to do. We're gonna auction that stuff off. We're
yeah,
gonna find
go
something to
ahead.
do with it. We're gonna, and your sci-fi sisters' nieces are gonna inherit. And notice how I'm your niece now, right? We're gonna inherit some things.
All right, because
y'all are funny. All y'all are funny. But ladies, you enjoy your eating.
Right.
I'm gonna rearrange back my office and put all of this stuff back, and get ready for our next day tomorrow. So
You done messed up the office, y'all. Hey, Yvette, do we need to give out any information or anything?
no, we're good.
We're good. Okay. All right. We love y'all. Thanks for being here with us tonight. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, Tim.
Support the film festival, and peace, love, and hair grease.